So learning objective is understand the concept of object as a function argument. So we will see, so whether we can use object as a function argument. Yes, so the answer for this question, yes, we can send object in your member function, or we can pass the values as a object to a particular member function. So like when we pass the function arguments, right, so we have two methods, call by value and call by reference. Same way, when we want to pass the object as a function, we have again two methods, pass by value and pass by reference. Now the difference between pass by value and pass by reference is, in pass by value a copy of entire object is passed to the functions, and in pass by reference we will just pass the address of the object. Okay, now in this first pass by value, okay, so the function will create another copy of that object. Okay, and whatever the changes it will made to the created copy, not to the inside the object. And in second object, in second pass by reference, the address of the object is passed. Okay, and any changes made, it will directly reflected to the actual argument. Okay, so what are the advantages of pass by reference? So in pass by reference it is more efficient, okay, than pass by value, and any changes made in the function are reflected to the actual object, so we can see the actual behavior of the object. Now based on pass by value and pass by reference, first we will see with the help of one example how to write down a simple program of class. Okay, now when you want to pass object as an argument, so when you will need to pass object as an argument, so basically, for example, suppose if there are a complex type of data type, for example time object, distance object, complex number. So if you want to add the two time object, if you want to add the two distance, if you want to add the two complex number, so in that case we can pass your object as a function argument. So first program is write a program to create a class time having data members as hour and minutes. Write a program to add two time object. Now how you will add the two time object? So first, suppose if you want to add the time object, so time object have three concepts: hours, minutes and seconds, but here we will consider only hours and minutes. According to your problem statement you can modify your program. So we will take data members as hours and minutes, we will take in integer, no need to declare in float. Then we will take the value from the user, and then we will add the two time object. But when you will have addition of two time object where data member is minute, okay, so in that minute, if minutes is greater than 60, then we have to add 1 hour to your hours. Okay, so we will see the program hash include iostream. Okay, so this is your iostream header file. Now I have executed this program with the help of dev C++ program. Okay, so dev C++ and online GDB compiler will have same syntax to declare your header files, or to write down the cout and cin statement. So class, then syntax is class name. So what is your class name? Time. Then data members as hours and minutes. So we have declared hours and minutes in private access specifier, because default mode for any class, default access visibility mode for any class is your private. Then in public access specifier we have declared the three function. First function to take the value of hours and minutes from the user. Second function will add the two time object, and third function will display the hours and minutes to the end user. Okay, now here this is the program of outside member function declaration. You can write same program as the inside member function declaration. Now first we will see void set data int comma int. So this is the declaration, and definition is outside the class. Then void add time comma time. So this is the example of your object as a function argument, where we pass the we will pass the object. But when you will write when you will write down in outside member function declaration, you have to just mention the class name, because you have to pass the object as a function argument. So which object you are going to pass, which you have declared in int main. But in int main you are creating the object for that particular class, right? So you have to declare class as a argument. Okay, then void show data, and this class is get from line number 3 to line number 8, class will get terminated, and in outside we will write down the we will write one by one, we will declare the member function. So for set data, first we will write down the code. So void time scope resolution operator set data int r comma int minutes. Okay, so same you can declare same variable you can declare, but avoid to declare the same variable, write down the different variable. So int hh comma int mm. Okay, so hr is equal to hh and minutes is equal to mm. So value of hh and mm will get assigned to the hours and minutes respectively. Then next is your you have to add the time object, right? We have to add the time. Now how you will write down the return type, class name, scope resolution operator, member function name, and then argument. So return type is void, class name is time, then scope resolution operator, then add time, then you have to specify the object. So object can be anything. So time t1 comma time t2. So you can write here TA and TB also. So that scope for that particular T1 and T2 will be from line number 15 to line number 23. Now we will see hours is equal to T1.hr plus T2.hr. So first we will do the addition of hours. Okay, and then we will see about the minutes. Okay, then minutes is equal to T1.minutes plus T2.minutes. It will do the addition. But if minutes is greater than or equal to 60, then hours will get incremented by 1. So how you will increment the hours by 1? So hours is equal to minute divided by 60. Okay, so minute divided by 60 means what? If suppose minute addition is 90, so 90 divided by 60. So 90 divided by 60, in division operator it will give you quotient. So quotient will be 90 upon 60, quotient will be 1, and minute is equal to minute mod 60, and modulus will give you the remainder. So minute is equal to 90 mod 60, so that will be your remainder will be 30. So minute will be 30. Okay, then void time scope resolution operator, we will just here print hours and minutes. Now we will see the program in int main time t1 comma t2 comma t3, t1 dot set data 3 comma 50, t2 dot set data 4 comma 30, t3 dot add t1 comma t2, and t3 dot show data. Now one by one we will see time t1, t2 and t3. Now we have created here three objects, T1, T2 and T3. In T3 we will store the addition of two time objects. Now T1 dot set data 3 comma 50. So first 3 will pass as a HH, and HR will be 3 for time T1 objects, and 50 as a minute, and T2 dot set data 4 is hours and 30 is a minute. Now we will see how to add. So for addition, so HR is equal to T1 dot HR plus T2 dot HR. Okay, so HR is equal to T1 dot HR. What is T1 dot HR? 3. T2 dot HR 4. So 3 plus 4, HR will be 7. Now we will see minute addition. So in minute addition, T1 dot minute 50. T2 dot minute 30. So 50 plus 30, 80. But 80 is greater than 60. So it will come in if loop. So 80 is greater than or equal to 60. So R is equal to R 7 plus minute divided by 60. 80 upon 60. The value will be 1, because division will give you quotient. Okay. So HR is equal to HR plus minute upon 60, and in this HR will be 7 plus 1 8, and minute is equal to minute mod 60. 80 mod 60, answer will be 20, because remainder will be 20. So minute will be 20. So we will display 8 and 20. Now how you will display 8 and 20? So for that, how to display this? So we have to take third variable T3 T3 dot add T1 comma T2. So add T1 comma T2. So it will call this T1 object and T2 object. So T1 and T2 will pass the value 350, 430 through this to this all these variables, and in T3 dot show data it will show the hours and minutes. So 8 and 20. Output I have executed with the help of dev C++.